So I took the invitation. I didn't really understand what that meant. Mike Conley, one of the world's greatest jumpers, is someplace for the Memphis Grizzlies, was on my team at that time. And he says, you know what that means, John? I said, no. He says, well, you get to run against the Greg Foster, Ronaldo Nehemiahs of the world. And I was like, I got really excited and terrified at the same time. So I went to the hotel, brought back a little 35 millimeter camera, and during the warm-up, I saw Greg Foster ran over, click. Ronaldo Nehemiah, same thing. So it got time for us to get into the blocks, and Ronaldo's in lane number 1, Greg Foster's in lane number 2, and I'm in lane number 3. And the announcer's voice says, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field the men's event 67, the men's 55-meter high hurdles. In lane number 1, he just came off a fresh stint, San Francisco 49ers. He is the only person to run underneath 13 seconds in the 110-meter high hurdles. This is Ronaldo Nehemiah. Crowd goes wild. All right, Lincoln, crowd goes wild. All right. In lane number 2, fresh off a stint at the Mirrors Games, 55-meter high hurdles, he is the world record holder at this distance. This is Gregory Foster. In lane number 3, John Register, University of Arkansas. In lane number 4, now I'm ticked. Starter calls to that bird dog set position. I'm going to show him who's boss, because I just won the 55-meter high hurdles, y'all. Gun goes off. I get the linear expression. I am flying out the blocks, heads down. I approach the first hurdle. I lift my head up, and I swear to you to this day, I got to that first hurdle, and I was watching the best hurdle race of my life. So then in the end, I was sitting down, kind of in the state of euphoric dissidence, taking my shoes off, changing from flats back to spikes. A woman comes over, sits down next to me. She leans in, she says, I saw you win the 55-meter high hurdles this afternoon. I saw you get your golden seal invitation. I saw you with your 35-millimeter camera down there taking pictures of everybody. And young man, you got exactly what you deserved. So you dishonored your invitation to be here. That man gave you that piece of paper to come here and compete, and you failed to do that. What you need to do, young man, is take those 35-millimeter shots, blow them up, put them on your walls at the University of Arkansas, draw bullseyes around them, come back here next year, kick their butts. And then she got up, and she walked out of my life forever. And I said, who was that woman? On the ride home, Mike Conley said, what was Jeanette Bolden talking to you about down there? Jeanette Bolden, 4x100-meter gold medalist in the 1984 Olympic Games, had just taken a few minutes out of her day, out of her time, to come pour into me something I could not yet see in myself. She was opening up my limits because I was focused on where I had been. She was trying to get me to see where I could go. It was an amazing, incredible gift that she gave to me that day. Jeanette Bolden is one of the individuals, never met her, and I got her on the phone one time just to tell her that story. And you know what she says after that? She listened politely, and she said, so did I make you cry? Tough, man, tough. Never yield to the expected. Always build towards the greater. Citius, Altius, Fortius. So how do you use the success that you've had? Just think about this. We won't talk about going too deep in discussion with this. How do you use the success that you had for last year to springboard, to slingshot, to come off the curve with greater velocity for this year? You have some wins at your sails, but we want to make sure that when the wind's in the sails, that the sails aren't rippling because you're tacked the right way.